Hey guys, I was just about to start my video and about the UHF and the little ultralights going over. We're next to a little regional airport here, so okay. So I installed my UHF yesterday. Well, day and a half it took me technically because I wanted to do a couple of neater things, so I took my time. In that unboxing, you can see that's the GME bracket. Now, Radio Source Australia on eBay, that was the name of the shop. They're the ones that, they're where I bought the value kit from, starter kit or whatever it's called, and they also sell these brackets. You can get them from the passenger side and also for the driver's side as well. Just put a torch here so you can see if you can see that. It's my neighbour, he's working. Like up here in the country, we all get out and do stuff in our backyards because we've got, you know, massive amounts of them, so we might as well. You can see there a couple of things. If you undo that, this little split, you're not going to be able to see it now. You can see how that splits. I'm actually probably going to have to fix that up. There's 453 bloody screws here, and I took this one apart, and this thing started to come apart, split, and like it's got a split in it. There you go, you can see that now. So it started to come really loose. So it's like, oh righto, so I stuck it on that one there, the back, which attaches to the positive terminal. You can see I've just run it round here into conduit. Then I've put a little 2 amp fuse. I've got one of those fuse holders, I've soldered that in. Okay, just got it from my local Auto Pro. Fella down here, where I'm from, is got a really good selection of stuff, so thankfully I didn't have to drive to get anything because we're not remote, but we don't have much. We've got a McDonald's, so we're civilised. Anyway, 2 amp fuse, and then I've just run positive in the conduit just around here. It's just loose, I haven't connected that to anything, just so I can move it out of the way if I want. And then I've doubled up in the conduit here, and then boom, straight to the negative. Now I know there's, you know, a couple of schools of thought in relation to positive and, you know, where you put the negative, do you use the earth stud? Now I followed these, the factory ones, and you can see they go to there. But yeah, I didn't use them, I just went straight off to the battery. And when I wire up my dual battery system, I know I said in a video I'd do that, but I haven't got around to that yet because I was doing the UHF. So basically, just saw in the unboxing, it all fits together. That was the 6.6, I think it is, decibel antenna that came with the package. I forgot to show you that, I forgot to take it out of the box. Pretty good unboxing when I don't show you everything that comes out the box, but anyway. So I've just run the coax under here. This does, I took it for a spin yesterday, got her up to 100, and you can see here I am braiding a little bit. There was a little bit of paint there. Yeah, and you can just see I'm losing a little bit of paint underneath the bonnet. I don't know if you can see that, but only problem with the new Rangers is the paint they put into the thinnest tissue paper. And you can see here, I'm worried about this. This just sort of sits here, and I had it sort of jammed in under there. But yeah, so I don't know. Well, we can sort that out later. So I basically fed it around here, down in here, around the back of this. I think that's the ABS unit, actually, to be honest. And then down through the grommet in the back. You follow that conduit there. That's mine. This is fun. I basically have to get up inside the car, and I had to basically lean on the engine to do it. Tell me to put my torch on. Shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Got to remember not to swear in these things. Okay, so you can see there. There's a little nipple. There's one here and one on the driver's side as well, but I just use the passenger side one. There's a little grommet, obviously, through the firewall. And you can see just there, if I shine the torch directly on it, you can't see it, but just there's like a little nipple, and it's closed in, and you can actually cut it. I cut it a little bit too wide because I had to lean in the engine. It was really hard to get to. But the longest thing it took me to do, it took about 4 goes at it. I'll just spin around. Took about 4 goes at it, trying to get bloody, got the cables through all right. And I thought, righto, what am I going to do? So I tried taping it up, and that didn't work. And I was going to put a cable tie around it. And then I thought, oh, I might just slide the conduit through so I can have a bit on the, you know, it goes actually through the grommet in the firewall. Oh my God, what a job that was. Pain in the arse, took me ages. And then all of a sudden, I thought, oh, I'll go and get a bit of silicone spray to give it a bit of, slipperiness, lube it up a little bit. And in the end, it went in like easy as. Anyway, frustrating bloody thing. So that's basically the engine bay installed, positive, negative. There's my wire. The antenna, coax cable for the antenna runs down there. Conduit runs along here. Around the back, you're not going to be able to see it, but it's cable tied on just to a engine mount there. Oh yeah, you can see it. Yep, there you go. And basically through the firewall, with the conduit going through the firewall. All right, we'll go inside the car. Okay, so I popped down the glove box. I have to put a torch on in here. Slide it off to the side because it's too bright. Yeah, it's going to be a bit hard for you to see. Hang on, let me see if I can get it in a bit more. I don't know if you can see that, but there's conduit coming through just there. You might be able to see it, conduit coming through. Now that's only just the end of the other one, and it ends just behind those main factory wires. In fact, you can probably just see it just there. It ends. There's my antenna connection and the power coming through to this end bit of conduit here. And I've just cable tied that to the back of the glove box support, and it goes under all this junk and under all this junk in here and over the transmission tunnel. But there's not much space down there anyway. We'll go around the other side and have a look. Okay, so we're on the driver's side now, and you can see that I've mounted it to just this bare metal support. It just looks like it's support that supports the dashboard. Now there is an absolute mess of cables in there from my install. It's just the remaining coax, because I didn't cut it. I've always been told not to cut coax. I don't know whether it's an old wives' tale or not, but you leave it. I don't know, from my days when I was in the army, in the infantry battalions and SIG platoon, they sort of said, antennas are tuned and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I don't know if that holds true with the UHF, but anyway. So, okay. So you got power coming through there with a dodgy taping job on the back. It's all connected, obviously, but I terminated that end there for the coax antenna, and then I've put conduit on it because I was a bit worried, because it's on this metal frame. It runs over this metal frame, so that's why I taped it at the end so it didn't move and stuff. And I've just basically ran it through down to here. Now I've used the extension for the mic, which you saw in the unboxing. I've just ran that here. Oh, my knees. Yeah, I'll go in the car. Okay, you can see that, don't need the torch. So that's just double-sided tape to the side of this little bin here where I put my phone when I'm driving. And then that was that black thing, and in there's that little white clippy thing that clips together the RJ45 connectors for the UHF. And you can see that's just gone in there. And there's the handset. So the beauty of that is I can remove it if I want. The handset that is chucked in the glove box, whatever. Sorry, that was my finger. Once again, absolutely professional I am. Took it for a spin. I spoke about probably about 10 to 12k yesterday. I was driving out of my town to another little town south, and I started talking on 18. The bloke picked me up, and he was at the lights in my town, and I was probably about 10 or so k's away. So yeah, that's on the highway. It's pretty flattish around here. There's a lot of mountains. We're up the top of the Hunter Valley, but yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, so that's it. Now I've got it set so she runs without the car on. I'll just turn that down a little bit. So that's the volume, I think. Yeah. So I've got it set. I'm not going to go through the features. You just can look at that if you want. The phone's falling out of my hand. Sorry, I'm swearing again. Yeah, change the channels. It's got scan, which is always good. Let's see if we pick anything up. Now this sound part speaker's on the back, but as you saw, it also has a speaker on. There we go. And then he'll be going out at whatever time he goes out tomorrow. So even if you hold it in your hand. Oh, so he's still going every second day as well. You can see I'm still hearing these guys in 28. But there's also the speaker, underneath as well. Now from here you can. You're sort of lucky it weren't me, because when I was doing it, I was doing like accessories up, and then get halfway back, and then finish it off. Fucking go in. Whoops. Turn that one off. I know I say the S word, but the F word is probably a bit extreme for YouTube, so I apologise for that. Yeah, and that's all. Nothing's been screwed in. It's all just double-sided tape in case I don't like it. I just got cheapy double-sided tape. It's just stuff they do at Bunnings, which is a bit better. It's a really strong black Velcro-y thing. I'll get some of that later on. But yeah, look, as you can see there, I can unplug that if I want. It just sort of hangs there, and I can tuck the cable away down here so it's out of the way like that. And my phone sits there because I generally run Android Auto, you know. So there you go. That's basically the UHF install. All right. Thanks, guys and girls, if you're watching. Yeah, more to come. All right. See ya.